Arthur is in Leigh. Arthur, question or answer?
Answer.
Carry on, Arthur.
Sorry,
that's
right. Cold.
Take your time.
Okay. This is about the earliest music written down.
Oh, yes.
And the answer is not Gregorian Chant, which is obviously in the Christian era. It's not even Greensleeves, which was in the 16th century. It's actually 1800 BC. And it comes from what is now Syria, which was part of the Hurrian Empire. And it's a love song to the moon goddess Nikkal. And we have musical notation and the text.
No way.
Absolutely.
There is
a slight problem.
Oh.
No, not with the fact, but with how we're going to perform it, because it's written in what's called tablature, which tells you where to press your fingers on the strings of a harp. And because we don't know which way up the harp was stringed, we may be performing it upside down.
that is what passes for the joke of the year in kind of ancient music expert circles, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Well, surely you could just play it both ways round and decide which one sounds nicer, Arthur.
Yeah, or ask the Australians.
No, you're just being silly. Qualifications? Qualifications?
Well, I've taught paleography and ancient notations at London University for 40 years. So
I can't believe I gave the other fella a Ray Liotta. It's just ridiculous. You've made his look all tarnished and shabby around the edges. And that is the oldest.
Just one other thing.
Oh,
actually,
please,
James.
yeah, fill your boots.
It's by no means the earliest musical activity we know about. There is a flute surviving, a playable flute surviving from 35,000 BC in a cave in Germany. And it's made out of the leg bone of a swan.
That's just brilliant. Have you had a go on it?
Of course not.
Because it'd be too fragile. They wouldn't let you have a go.
Yeah, well, they wouldn't let anybody near it.
I know.
Really.
You never know. I mean, so if they were going to let anyone near it, it'd be someone who'd been teaching paleography at the London University for the last 40 years.
Well,
that's why I asked. I didn't think they'd let me have a blow.
Well, it's always worth a try, but I mean, they're going to let an archaeologist handle it, but blowing it might create a few problems.
And
it's got all the holes on it.
Is that where the musical notations that we use now come from? Because of the 5 strings and then the buttons, then the finger points. I mean, like with lots of changes over the millennia.
That is a question so full of other questions.
Yeah.
It's almost impossible to answer. But basically, the music we use now is a ladder system. You know, you start at the bottom with C and it works its way up. Earlier than that, they had what we call tablatures, which tells you where to put your fingers on the strings or which holes to blow.
I see.
But the problem is, even with the Hurrian love song, we don't really know about the rhythm because they didn't have proper rhythmic notation. It may have just followed the rhythm of the text.
The rhythm of the text. Can you give us a bit of it?
The rest of your life will be an anticlimax, James.
That's very generous of you. Not equipped to cope with the excitement that would be. But you definitely get one of these, Arthur.
I'm Ray Liotta, and you're listening to James O'Brien on LBC. If you build it, they will come.
And a round of applause. And my eternal gratitude, because very, very occasionally I find myself wondering whether Mystery Hour has run its course. Very, very occasionally. But then moments like this happen, and I remember why we do it every week.